On this episode, we give our thoughts on the recent D23 Expo. Today is September 16th, 2022, and this is episode 496 of the Main Street Magic Podcast.
Jeremy and Rhonda are more than a little fond of Disney World, so they made this podcast to share it all with you. Reports and resorts, top 10 lists of all sorts, Main Street Magic's bringing it home for you.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Main Street Magic. I'm your host, Jeremy Stein, and as always, I'm joined by my lovely wife, Rhonda.
Hey, guys.
Make sure you check us out on the web at mainstmagic.com, as well as follow on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at mainstmagic. If you have not done so already, head out to Facebook, search for the Main Street Magic community, and ask to join. Then if you hit that subscribe button, you're going to get brand new episodes every Tuesday and Friday. I know planning a trip to Disneyland or Disney World can be extremely overwhelming, very frustrating, especially when it comes to dining at your 60 days out, but have no fear because Mouse Dining removes that frustration of booking Disney dining reservations, alerting you when they spot availability for your desired restaurant, date, meal, and time. You can visit msmfriends.com to use this free service. And then if you're getting ready to plan that next Disney or Universal vacation, you're looking to go on a cruise or pretty much travel anywhere else in the world, head to mainstmagictravel.com and fill out a form for a free quote. Our travel services are completely free to you. So we are now 2 weeks out from DizCon. We're super excited to be there. We have a vendor booth. We'll be selling our Be Nice to Cast Members t-shirts with our logo on the back. We're going to be doing some podcasting. We're going to be promoting the podcast, Main Street 16 Challenge, all kinds of good stuff. Mm-hmm. And we actually have a special link for 50% off, not only Expo tickets, but the after hours party on Saturday night as well. If you go out to any of our social media platforms at MainSTMagic, you can see where I've posted the link, or just hit me up, magic@mainstmagic.com, and I can go ahead and send you that link for 50% off. All right, so this was actually something we did not plan to do because we don't tend to talk news.
Right.
It's just something we just decide not to do a lot of times because it's so, based on timing. I feel that, and maybe it's because we're just so plugged in, and I'm constantly looking at Disney stuff. I just feel like unless you can report the news immediately, there's just almost no need.
And
so
it's changing so often.
Yeah. So everything that we're going to talk about, you've probably already heard. I don't think there'll be any surprises, but we'll kind of offer our thoughts and our editorial because this was requested by several listeners. They wanted to hear what we thought, and we'll get to the end, which everybody's probably wondering about. The blue sky segment is what people really are going to want to hear about. But first, we're going to dive right in. We were not at D23. We're really hoping that we can go to the one in 2025 in the next 2 years. We were supposed to go to one, and we were supposed to go to the last one in 2019.
Yep.
We had our tickets booked, we had our room booked, we had our expo passes already, everything ready to go. The only thing we hadn't done was flights. Yep. And what happened that we ended up we decided we had to back out.
Galaxy's Edge was opening.
Yeah.
And because it was opening in Disneyland and Disney World, we just felt like we needed to be here to cover it. And it was. So basically what was going to happen was we would have had to been gone basically for 2 straight weeks to cover both D23 and then come back and cover the opening of Galaxy's Edge at Disney World. Yeah. And there was no way we could do it at all. I was still working a full-time job at the time, like a regular one. And obviously you can't take 2 weeks off. So we would love to go in the future, and we certainly hope that we can. But we're going to talk first about some of the movies that were either announced or they showed new trailers, new footage from. We'll start with Star Wars. So if you like Star Wars, you're in luck. There's a lot coming. Star Wars, Marvel fans, there's a ton. First is Andor. This is coming out actually on September 21st. So this is coming out next week on Disney Plus. Wow. And they did drop a new trailer for that. Mm-hmm. Are you excited for this? I mean, Rogue One is my favorite Star Wars movie personally. I know. I like the actor, but and I'll watch it with you.
You have the same reservation that I do? The reason that I'm not excited about it?
I don't know.
K2SO is not in it.
Oh, yeah.
So for me, I wanted to see this.
Are you sure he's not?
Yeah. Alan Tudyk said that he did not reprise a role or does not voice K2SO in this series. So unless they really surprise us, I wanted like a buddy cop film.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I think that would have been really cool. And K2SO is probably my favorite Star Wars character ever. So I actually would love to watch Rogue One again. So that's coming. Tales of the Jedi is coming. Dave Filoni gave a trailer for that upcoming series. That will debut on October 26th. Skeleton Crew is a new series that follows a group of young kids who get lost in the crazy Star Wars universe. That will be coming in 2023, starring Jude Law.
I like him.
Yeah, I do too.
I wouldn't mind seeing this. This would be cool.
We're gonna watch all of them. The only, we still haven't finished the Book of Boba Fett.
I know. We just never watched the animated series.
No, we've not seen any of the animated series. Ahsoka is coming in 2023.
I'm excited for that.
So that's going to be really cool. You're going to see Hayden Christensen return as Anakin Skywalker after his run as Darth Vader and Obi-Wan Kenobi earlier this year. So again, that will debut on Disney Plus in 2023. Mando season 3 is coming in 2023. I am excited for that.
Yeah.
I enjoyed season 2 much more than season 1.
I agree.
Like season 1 started off so strong, and then I felt the middle really lacked, and then it ended on a really strong point.
Yeah.
I thought season 2 was good throughout. We'll get to see more of Grogu. All right, we're going to move on to Lucasfilms. This will probably blow some people's minds, but if you know the movies I haven't seen, you won't be surprised. I've never seen the original Willow movie. Have you?
No.
I feel like it's kind of one of those cult classics. I think our friend Rob is a big fan.
Yeah.
But there is a new Willow movie coming, or series, I'm sorry, that will come out on November 30th. Here is one reason I will watch for sure is because they just announced that Christian Slater has joined the cast.
Yeah.
I love Christian Slater.
Yeah, I do too.
What is the next announcement, Rhonda? We've known this has been coming for a long, long, long time and has had a series of issues, injuries, certain actors not getting any younger. What is coming out? I know you're super excited for
Indiana Jones 5, and this actually comes out June 30th, 2023. So that's going to be fun.
Did you ever see The Crystal Skull?
I don't know. It'd be one of those things if I'm watching it and
You'd
then go,
remember if you saw it or
that's right,
not?
I did see it.
I want to go back.
Feel like I have.
We certainly have time, but I'd like to go back and revisit the first 3, which I really, really love, but have not seen in decades. And then we'll watch Crystal Skull, I guess.
And of course, Harrison is
back
in it, which is so cool.
Did you see the clip of him talking about it?
I did not.
Oh, he got teary-eyed, and it was cool because he's been going at this character for decades, and this is going to be it for him. Much like I'm sure he would get teary-eyed and emotional over Han Solo. These are 2 of his most iconic characters ever, and so I'm super excited to see what they do with that. Next up is Marvel, and we've got a lot coming from Marvel.
That's going to be neat.
Cinematic universe is blowing up like crazy. We caught up on She-Hulk last night. Are you enjoying it?
I think so. I am.
It is the weirdest thing. To me, it's weirder than WandaVision.
To us.
Well, Kaylin was saying, and you and I are not comic book fans, comic book geeks. I would say for both of us, anything we know about Marvel, we learn from watching these movies.
Right.
Now, I know these movies take heavily from the comics, and Kaylin was saying that she breaks the fourth wall like Deadpool in the comic book series.
Yes, and she also was saying that apparently a lot of people are saying that, well, what? Deadpool can do it, but a woman can't? Right. And so
I will say what I think these shows, especially one like this, is doing a really great job of is addressing social issues without it being in your face. It's simply just saying, here is a successful woman and this is what her life is like. It's hard to date. It's hard to, you know what I mean? And they do it in such a good way where they're not shoving it down your throat that it is such a strange series, but I love it because it doesn't seem, each episode seems very individual in a sense. Like what happened to Abomination and Tim Roth? We've now gone 2 episodes.
He got out.
I know, but why aren't we chasing that? Why hasn't that come back up in these past 2 episods? Like he just kind of disappeared after the main.
No, he's just living his life and they're not checking in on him, I guess.
I find that odd.
Why?
I don't know, because I expect a arching story arc of a continuous villain throughout. But
Okay.
I'm really, really enjoying it. And
Yeah.
I'm sad that we only have a couple episodes left. Like, I really, really like it. So with that being said, anyway, we're going to move on to July 28th, 2023. And Miss Marvel is coming out. And this is going to be more of a lighthearted tone, closer to the first Captain Marvel film. All three characters will be switching places around. So I think this will be really good. We're going to this is the Marvel, so it's going to bring together Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel, all of these. Going to be very, very cool. Next up is Echo. We got the first look at Echo back in Hawkeye.
Yeah.
So she's getting her own series on Disney Plus. We're going to see Kingpin come back. We're going to see Charlie Cox's Daredevil coming back. And not else has been revealed about the plot, but they did show a little bit of footage there. Then, super excited, Captain America: New World Order.
Ooh, with Anthony Mack.
Anthony Mackie, yeah.
Yes.
Our new Captain America. I'm extremely sad to not get to watch Chris Evans anymore, but he's going to do such an incredible job. The only real news they release is that Tim Blake Nelson is reprising his character from The Incredible Hulk. He'll be the leader after his brain was infused with the Hulk's blood at the end of that movie, which I've still never made it all the way through. The Incredible Hulk movie, we'll probably need to watch it, I guess. So this will come out in May of 2024. What is next, Rhonda? Which to me is going to be the greatest collection, because this is going to be such a. I feel like this is the Black Sheep Avengers, and who is this?
The Thunderbolts.
Yeah,
and this is Yelena leading the team.
Yes. Oh, I'm so excited for that.
Yeah.
Valentina will be there. Red Guardian. I'm so excited to have Red Guardian back. Absolutely loved him in Black Widow, especially alongside Yelena. Ghost is coming back from Ant-Man and Wasp. John Walker, of course, from Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I still think he has a very punchable face, and I don't care for him at all.
Oh, yeah.
But that's what's so cool. You know, he'll be back as U.S. agent, and they did such a good job in Falcon and Winter Soldier of setting him up where I still hate his guts. So they're going to have to make me turn around and like him. We're also getting Taskmaster, I'm sorry. And best of all, who is back?
Bucky.
We didn't really know the future. Again, it's
he's young
comic book
enough,
fans,
though. I think he is got some life left in him for sure.
I am so excited for this. This is
That's
going to be a blast.
Mm-hmm.
We are getting Loki season 2.
Yay.
They showed some new footage from that. Looks like Loki's trying to warn everyone of the upcoming war with Kang the Conqueror. And this is going to be, so it's going to basically set up for his big turn as the main villain, because he's going to become in Avengers, the Kang Dynasty is going to be that next Avengers film. So that's going to be really cool. This one I know nothing about, and I find very odd. This is Werewolf by Night, streaming October 7th. It's a black and white, old school, looks like the Universal Monsters movies. Did you watch the trailer at all?
I did not. I think I saw some of it, and I was like, what? This is Marvel?
Yeah.
And I was confused, but I like that kind of stuff, like vampires and werewolves and all this stuff. So I will be interested in it, yes.
Yeah, so we'll watch this.
Yeah.
I think Kaylin is interested in it. She loves horror movies and stuff. Man-Thing even makes a brief appearance. Again, that drops October 7th. By the way, I can't imagine being in a room during these announcements with the likes of all these people that are showing up.
Yeah.
One of those being the one and only Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
So they did talk a little bit about Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. They get sucked into the quantum realm this time. They showed footage of the film, and it looks like Scott Lang will have to pull a heist for Kang, or he will never see Cassie again. So this will be the first push of Kang as the main villain in the MCU going forward. Of course, we got him at the end of Loki season 1.
Right.
Like, to take
That's amazing.
what looks like just a man and have how villainous he was in the end of Loki, and how good and on the edge when Loki and Sylvie are in there confronting him, like a whole episode of them almost just talking.
Yeah.
And you're super on the edge of your seat because you don't know what will happen at any moment.
Yeah.
And so this comes out February 17th. Next, we have Ironheart. I don't know anything about this character. This is going to be in 2023. It will. This character Ironheart will actually debut in the upcoming Black Panther: Wakanda Forever.
Oh, yeah.
So again, I'd love to just see all of this intertwining in the way that they bring these characters to life, even briefly, in other films to get you excited about them. Secret Invasion. We did see a full trailer because Nick Fury is back. He gets to take center stage in this Disney Plus series. Trailer confirms the Skrulls have invaded the world. So Fury going to shut them down. So that's going to come out Disney Plus 2023. All right, let's move on to a Disney movie announcement. What is it, Rhonda? And I'll tell you, we're doing these weekly live streams now in the Main Street Magic community, and they're normally going to be Thursday evenings. We did not get a chance to do one last evening. We had Lacey's football game, and we weren't going to get around to do it and give it our best. We're going to do it Sunday evening, and we're going to dive a little bit more into this. I'll just call it an issue. But what movie was announced, and what did we get a teaser trailer for in the first look?
The Little Mermaid. That is a live action remake in theaters, May 2023.
I don't think I realized it was. I feel like that's soon.
I do too. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I am. I still will, say my piece on it's Disney, so they're going to make it look amazing. They're going to make her look amazing, and I'm sure I'm going to love it. So
I thought the brief glimpse looked great. I thought she sounded incredible. Absolutely beautiful singing voice. We already knew that ahead of time. I'm very interested to see Melissa McCarthy as Ursula.
Oh, I can't wait for that.
How they're going to do that character. We're looking at the one here with Halle Bailey as the star. We're looking at the image right now. It looks very straightforward. Like they slapped on a top and a mermaid tail. So I'm interested. Is the Ursula going to be that true octopus woman? You know what I mean? Or is it going to be something different? Maybe it's a more representative of an actual human. I don't know. I'm very interested to see a full trailer for this, and I'm super excited.
I am too, and it was super funny because now seeing like this still shot, I watched the trailer a couple of times, and the music, it just gets me, just like Beauty and the Beast. One of my clients was like, she has dreads, and I was like,
it takes place in the Caribbean.
What? And I was confused, and now I see it, and I'm like, okay, but I mean, she still looks great, and it still looks like the mermaid.
What I want to see more of the footage from, and I know I've said this before, is I personally thought the water scenes in Aquaman were atrocious. I thought the CGI was awful.
Yeah.
That's my biggest concern here, is how are the underwater scenes going to look? This looks like she's not underwater from the still image, but she is. So then I think, is that a good thing or a bad thing? You know what I mean? So I'll be very interested to see more. And we don't even know if these are fully edited, finalized shots. You know what I mean? They've still got several months, over half a year to bring this thing together.
Yeah.
Next, coming to Disney Plus. I've never been more excited. I've been waiting for this more than anything. All the original cast and more is back for Disenchanted. Enchanted is one of my favorite Disney movies ever made, and I think it's one of the most underrated movies ever made. I could watch it over and over again. I am super, super excited for Disenchanted, so this is going to be so cool. Things did not see coming. What was first? We've got a prequel.
Mufasa, the Lion King. It'll be interesting. It is another live action, air quote, live action.
Yeah.
Because they're not real lions.
I apologize. I don't have the information in front of me. I don't know they announced it. I don't know if Favreau is back to do this. I would assume he is.
I hope so.
But I think a lot of people's concerned with the other live action Lion King was that they went so to the animals that they lacked expression. Like, I would be okay seeing this live action lion smile or frown.
Yeah.
So to me, it felt less real, if that makes sense, even though they tried to make it look more real. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I'll be interested to see what they do with this one, but it's basically going to tell the story. Baby Mufasa gets swept away in a flood, but will rise to king. It's expected to hit in 2024. All right.
Right.
Next, this is one that I had remembered an announcement about, but then I completely forgot. And we are getting a new live action Peter Pan offering. Got a trailer with a glimpse of Neverland. This is going to have Wendy and the Lost Boys, and this is Peter Pan and Wendy. So newcomers Alex Maloney will play Peter Pan, and Ever Anderson will play Wendy. Jude Law as Captain Hook. I did know this, and this is one of the most brilliant castings I think ever, and that is Jim Gaffigan as First Mate Smee. That is genius casting, if I have ever seen it. I absolutely love Jim Gaffigan. He has the look. He'll have the sound.
He'll be great as Smee.
And I think Jude Law could kill it as Captain Hook.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, how many incarnations of Captain Hook do we have now?
Yeah.
This could be, I feel like one for the ages.
Back to Mufasa real quick. Aaron Peer is Mufasa as the voice.
What is it showing for director, producer?
Director is Barry Jenkins.
Okay.
And Nathan.
All right, so it does not appear that Jon Favreau is back for this one.
I do not see his name
listed.
popping up.
Okay.
But you got Pumbaa as Seth Rogen.
Oh,
Timon,
perfect.
Billy.
Perfect.
Scar, Kevin Harrison Jr., and John Cann as Rafiki.
Okay, good. I'm glad that then it will stay very true to the live action version and be just kind of a prequel to that. Another brief teaser was shown. This is going to be outstanding casting here. So you have Rachel Zegler as Snow White in a live action Snow White movie. And then Gal Gadot as the evil queen.
No, not Zellweger.
Zegler. Yeah, okay. Rachel Zegler. Gal Gadot as the evil queen could be very, very good. I think that's going to give
picture these people.
Wonder Woman. Gal Gadot is Wonder Woman.
As evil queen.
That's going to bring a slightly younger queen into play. And I think it's going to be very interesting to see comparisons to Angelina Jolie's Maleficent, right?
Yeah, but I would say that's right on par because I would never say that this is a younger queen. Like,
you don't think so? How old's Gal Gadot?
No, I
40s?
mean, no, I'm just saying that, like, I never felt that the evil queen was like old. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
Like she turns old.
Right, to give her the apple and all, of course.
The apple.
Okay, yeah, no, I could see I see what you're saying. Yeah, see go ahead and look up and see what her age is, but this is going to be coming out in 2024. We also got a little bit more information on Haunted Mansion. As again, I think genius.
I'm excited for this one.
Genius.
I loved the old one with Eddie Murphy. I really did.
The Eddie Murphy one.
She was born in 1985.
Oh yeah, so she's super young. Yeah, I mean to us, she's super young. She's got 7 years younger than us. She's in her late 30s. That's a younger queen. I feel like still. I feel like Queen in the movies at least in her 50s. Right?
I mean, I don't know.
We'll see.
I think they're gonna rock it. But anyways, let's go to Haunted Mansion.
Jamie Lee Curtis comes out on stage in a doom buggy, and her as Madame Leota again, I think is such brilliant casting. She's gonna absolutely kill it. We also have, talk about this is a ridiculous cast.
Yes.
First of all. Who do we have in this cast?
Winona Ryder, Dan Levy, and Rosario Dawson.
Who else?
Oh, sorry, I missed those people. Oh gosh, Owen Wilson, Danny DeVito, Jared Leto. What?
Danny DeVito.
That's what I said.
You said DeLito.
Okay.
I could Delito that out of the podcast if you'd like me to.
And we are expected to be scared in a fun way March of 2023, which is nice.
Yeah.
I mean, everything's coming in 2023.
I know.
Sounds like,
we should see a good look of this soon.
That'll be amazing.
I'm super excited to see Dan Levy in something else, and I'll be very interested to see him outside of Schitt's Creek because that's where I know him from. It's all I know him from. I did not watch the one. I think it was a straight to Netflix kind of holiday-ish movie he was in.
Oh, really?
And he seemed very David in that, so I'll be interested to see how his role is. Of course, I always enjoy Owen Wilson. Danny DeVito will be outstanding.
Mm-hmm.
I'm coming around to Jared Leto.
I love him.
I'm coming. He is an outstanding actor.
He really is.
So that'll be super, super cool. New trailer. I'm sure everybody saw because then it came to YouTube and all. Sanderson sisters are back. We get them September 30th. Hocus Pocus 2.
Yes.
We don't get to watch it the day it comes out.
No.
We will be at DizCon. But we do have plans that Sunday with some friends. We're going to make some spellbinding pies. Mm-hmm. She's going to make the pepperoni pizza skulls.
Yep.
We're going to get together. We're going to watch it with our friends. Super excited to see it. And Billy Butcherson, Doug Jones is back.
Yep.
We also got our first look at the Santa Clauses, which comes out November 16th.
Yes. Yes, Tim Allen is back.
Trailer dropped. He's reprising his role of Santa, and it's time for him to retire. So he's going to seek out replacement and interviews some famous faces for the role. One of those being Peyton Manning. Do you see the clip with Peyton Manning?
Yes.
I think this is going to be outstanding.
Yeah, I think it'll be fun.
I know he is. I hate to say this, but Tim Allen looks really old.
Well,
and I know he is. I know he's getting older. I don't want to say really old. I know he's getting older. It's just weird that I think we're at the age where it's so strange to watch like these icons.
I mean, he was born in 1953. He's only 3 years younger than our dad.
Yeah. I mean, he's 70. So
yeah.
I don't know. It's just weird. It's weird to watch these, growing up and watching again these icons and these incredible actors and actresses. It's interesting to watch them age, but cannot wait to have him back. Super excited for that. November 16th feels right around the corner. We will be watching that as a family.
It does.
We also got Wish. This is a new animated film set to help celebrate 100 years of Disney. And this it'll be a tale of the famous wishing star set in the Kingdom of Wishes. This will be November 2023. We also got Oahu, I believe, or Waju. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. I do apologize.
Was that Bruni?
It looks like Bruni out of Coco, doesn't it? That's interesting. So this series is set in Nigeria. Should be a fun sci-fi story. It's the first time Disney has collaborated with an outside studio because they're teaming up with Cool Golly. Pixar. We're getting Inside Out too.
But I've heard some things about this, right?
Like Bill Hader's not coming back. Gosh, I'm so sorry. I cannot remember the other actress's name. I can picture her. Half of the cast is not coming back because basically Disney threw ridiculous amount of money at Amy Poehler to reprise her role as Joy. And then they offered the likes of Bill Hader like $100,000. And he was like, absolutely not. So I don't know. I don't know.
A little sad.
I don't know how you bring a sequel to this without half of your voice cast from the original, which made it so good.
Right.
So anyway, that is coming. That will be 2024. Elio is going to be about a young boy mistakenly transported across the universe. So he's thought to be the ambassador of Earth and get to other worlds to understand what it's like being human in 2024. That sounds fun. Win or Lose, all new Pixar regular series is coming to Disney Plus in 2023.
Looks very, red.
Yeah, Turning Red. The animation looks very Turning Red. Might be like a Bad News Bears type of thing. It's a baseball themed show. And then finally, we're getting Elemental, which is another Pixar film, follows Ember, a fire character, as they meet Wade, a water character. This will be June of 2023. So that sounds super cool as well. Lots of movies coming up. A lot, especially coming down the Marvel pipeline. What out of everything are you most excited for as far as these movie announcements go?
Well, Little Mermaid.
I was going to say, that was my thought.
And then, I guess all the Disney Plus stuff too.
Yeah, I know.
Super cool.
We find sometimes, I love all the Disney Plus stuff we've gotten, the Star Wars series, the Marvel series. What's hard is that we have very limited time, I feel like often, that our family of four can sit down and watch them. And that's what I love about them, is it's bringing our family of four together.
It does, but it's also almost hard. Yeah. Because we haven't even seen Pinocchio yet, which we probably need to sit down and watch.
We've only made halfway through Lightyear.
No, we've watched the rest.
Oh, yeah. I want to watch. I know. I want to watch the whole thing again, though. I'm talking beginning to end.
Okay.
Kaylin and I,
we're fine with it.
We've enjoyed the time together. It's hard to find it together. And I look at all these series coming out and it's like, oh man, we're going to have to set schedules. All right, Thursday night at this time, we watch this one and then we watch this one.
Well, yeah, and especially with Lacey's schedule and her games.
It's
and her
crazy. So
dance.
Anyway, let's move on to the parks. We are going to start at Disneyland. Early in 2023, they will have the addition of Mickey's Toontown. It'll open. Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway is coming there. 2024, Run Disney is returning to Disneyland Resort.
Oh, yeah, I bet they're excited about that.
Super. That has been way too long since that has been gone. And in 2024, they're going to get Tiana's Bayou Adventure, replacing Splash Mountain. New theme and staging for the beloved Flume ride. We did get some looks at this. They had a model. It looks stunning.
This is coming to Walt Disney
World as well in 2024.
2024. Okay.
Did you see the model in images of the nighttime like lighting package?
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
It's gonna completely transform.
Yeah,
which I think is super cool in a way I think
Yeah.
that like Pandora does
Yeah.
at night.
Which
That'll
will
be awesome. So also, let's see. DCA's Avengers of Campus, they've completely squashed the Quinjet attraction. You know, that was an announcement made in, I think, 2019 or before. Instead, now they are bringing a whole new battle. They're going to bring the multiverse to Avengers Campus with a new ride that will put visitors in the middle of a battle between all of the Avengers and all of their foes, led by a new villain, King Thanos. So this Thanos is basically from the multiverse in another universe where Thanos won.
Okay.
And the resemblance of the picture they showed, especially now with his beard, is uncanny to Bob Chapek, which I find hilarious. So, and I'm definitely not the first person to make that reference. What I think I am most excited about for Disneyland is that they are going to transform DCA's Pacific Wharf land area into Big Hero 6's San Francisco.
Oh, that'll be so cool. When is this going to happen?
Well, here is what happened
That's when
a lot.
We need to go.
Here's what the parks panel was for the most part. You know, you look back at the movies, we have a lot of concrete things. Even if they're saying November of 2023,
right?
They're giving you a month, they're giving you a year. Here's what we got a lot of at the parks panel was, look at this awesome thing. Okay, now let's go to something else. And you're like, all right, do you have more details? No. Do you have more concept art? No. Do you have a date? No. Do you have a year? We do not. Like, okay, because literally it's going to include a Baymax meet and greet. No other word. No opening date. No details. Don't know if it's going to include some sort of attraction, ride, restaurant. I mean, nothing. So we got a lot of that. People were super excited for this. We're not out in California. I don't know what these are, but Downtown Disney is getting a Din Tai Fung and Portos are both coming there to their shopping and dining district. So that sounds cool.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
We'll have to visit it when we go.
And then Paradise Pier Hotel at Disneyland will be renamed into the very uninventive name of Pixar Place Hotel. So that's getting a complete transformation.
Okay.
We're going to skip past Walt Disney World for a second. We're going to go to Disney Cruise Line. They did name the 6th ship. And what is the name of the 6th ship, Rhonda, that will set sail in 2024?
Disney Treasure.
Yeah.
And this will actually set sail in 2024.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
So,
and it'll be,
we might have to look at that one. In 2020. I mean, we're going on the Wish in a week.
Do you think we can book?
No. I'm just saying when you're able to book for that, we'll have to not before we get off. But it also said that Disney Cruise Lines will now start to set sail to Australia and New Zealand for the first time starting in October of 2023. So about a year off, as well as Disney Cruise Line, The Wonder will reposition first South Pacific voyages, stop including Fiji and Samoa. Dude,
wow.
That'd be
amazing.
Incredible.
But holy moly, that'd be some long ones.
Yeah. Also, an announcement that we got 3 years ago, Josh D'Amaro had a great drone shot of him standing on a very empty island where it looked like barely any progress had been done.
Oh, seriously?
And that is Lighthouse Point in the Bahamas. That will be their newest island, much like Castaway Cay.
Oh, wow.
Cool part is that 90% will be powered by solar energy.
That's amazing.
Think of that job, though. Like D'Amaro, they're like, hey, on your schedule today, we're going to put you on a plane. We're going to fly you to the Bahamas. We're going to take a 1-minute drone shot of you, and then we're going to fly you home. Like, that's pretty cool. I mean, think about that. That's amazing. International parks, Hong Kong Disneyland. They'll be getting a new Walt and Mickey statue.
That's cute.
It is going to mimic the Griffith Park bench where he first envisioned Disneyland.
Aww.
Talk about an emotional statue. That's amazing. 3 Frozen-themed lands are coming to Disney parks around the world, with World of Frozen opening in the second half of 2023 at Hong Kong Disneyland. Jealous. Frozen section of the Fantasy Springs project opening in late 2023 or early 2024 at Tokyo Disney Sea. Very jealous. And the third land coming to Disneyland Paris's Walt Disney Studios Park. Shanghai Disneyland is getting their new Zootopia land. So there was some new concept art shared there. And for fans of Duffy and his friends, the Cuddly Crew that got their start at Tokyo Disney Sea and other Disney parks in Asia are coming to Disney Plus with a 6-episode stop-motion animated series. Are you a Duffy fan?
No,
I have no...
I don't know why.
I have no knowledge,
I
really.
think Yeah, I think that's where I'm at. I don't have the knowledge. I think he's super adorable. And I mean, my kids never wanted it when they were young. So I don't know.
Yeah, we never really got into it. I know he
Yeah.
used to be featured some around Epcot and all in the World
Yeah.
Showcase and
Yeah.
stuff when you did like the Kid Cot stops. All right, let's move on to Walt Disney World and all of the things that they did not announce. So we said as in 2024, Magic Kingdom is also getting Tiana's Bayou Adventure. Super
Yes.
duper excited for that. So I was on edge. I cleared out reservations. In my mind, the one concrete thing I believed we were getting was a set hard date for Tron.
Mm-hmm.
What was the big non-announcement? We did get to see Diamaro ride it.
Yeah, which is surprising because if he's already riding it, let's be honest, it could be ready sooner than it is. But they didn't even say a date except for spring 2023. Spring, in my eyes, is a very wide range.
Oh, yeah. I mean, April, May,
you could go
into
as
June. You
I
could do
just
March,
started to say
April,
you
May,
could-
into June.
right.
So I 100% understand why they're delaying it.
I just started to say, let's be honest. You from the beginning have said that when you had a feeling that Tron will not open until the 18-month
18 month is over. And that's at the end of March. So I did not see it opening prior to April. I totally get it. This is their flagship for 2023.
Yep.
They need it. Got Guardians in 2022. I mean, and the crazy part is when we really look back, the only reason that people are complaining is because this is taking so long. I mean, this has been 5.5 years since they broke ground.
Which is crazy because I don't think I even realized / knew
Yeah,
that.
I mean, they broke ground in 2017. Universal's going to build an entire park in half the amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
We got Guardians. We got Remy's Ratatouille Adventure.
Mm-hmm.
We got Galaxy's Edge, including Smuggler's Run and Rise of the Resistance. We got Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway,
Mm-hmm.
right? We got Pandora, including Flight of Passage and Navi River. These have all happened in like the past 6 years.
Wow.
We have been bombarded with new rides and new lands and developments at Walt Disney World, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I totally get people's frustrations. I'm frustrated. I just want to ride Tron. I want it to be open. I'm super excited. I wouldn't be shocked if we get maybe another Memorial Day weekend release the way that they did Guardians.
Yeah.
It's a huge push. You come out of the 50th, you got a full April and May to promote this and get people to book vacations, make their park reservations, get down there. To be honest, very selfishly, I don't want an announcement until after February 3rd. Because that's when we renew our annual passes,
Right.
and we can't book park reservations past then right now.
Yeah.
Do you agree? I mean, do you agree with that though? That's their whole positioning. That's their marketing thing. They're specifically slowing it down. They're going to take a month or two just to do landscaping.
And I just started to say, like I said, with Josh riding it,
they could open it next month.
They could.
Yeah.
So that means they have not only ran it and tested it, if they do it just overnight, like the entire time it's closed, and then stop it when Magic Kingdom opens. They are testing it, and they put actual humans on it. I'm sure they also test it without humans first. Like,
they put the dummies in it.
Whatever.
They ran that for a while. It's been human testing for a while. Obviously, they're gonna do a bunch of human testing, I guess, before they even put Josh on there. I would assume.
I would assume too. So with that being said, again, I mean, technically, they could open it the end of this year.
But here's the thing. Let's just say all of a sudden, what? It's opening October 1st. I know it's Epcot's 40th, but whatever. It opens October 1st. Everybody gets super excited. And then all of a sudden 2023 comes along and everybody goes, well, what are you opening this year?
Yeah, nothing.
What's the big thing? Nothing? Oh, what are you doing? Because what are we getting next? Coming to Haunted Mansion in 2023 at some time?
Hatbox Ghost.
Yeah, that's not big enough. That's not a big marketing ploy. They need Tron in 2023. We need Tron in 2023. I hate to say it. Are you excited about that? And what do you think about things mimicking on both coasts? Because that's a little bit of the pushback I got. Is I think more so people going, well, then why go to Disneyland? There's obviously lots of other reasons. Like, I still think it's weird that Galaxy's Edge is basically a mirror of itself on both coasts.
Why?
because I just wish they would have switched it up so that when we go to Disneyland, we can see a different Galaxy's Edge. Even if the rides are the same, maybe the stores are different or the layout's different or the story slightly changes. I think it'll be super cool to see Hatbox Ghost here.
Yeah, I mean, but I guess I just don't have a problem with, because I guess it's on opposite ends of the world.
And it's not like we go to Disneyland every year.
World, the United States.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, again, we've never been. I'm 43 years old and I've never been to Disneyland.
Yeah.
So, excuse me, I don't know. Like my parents never, save that money like people do if they're out in, but that's where I think some people maybe have never been to Disney World because, they're very, very close to California.
And it'll still be an extremely different experience. I don't think people that are Disneyland regulars would come to Walt Disney World for the first time and be like, that's our Hatbox Ghost. Why'd you take him? You know what I'm most excited for about this? Merchandise.
Mm-hmm.
I would love some Hatbox Ghost merch, but I'm not the type to wear merchandise from a place that I haven't been.
Yeah.
I've got my one Disneyland shirt that Jossie and Nick sent me.
Yeah.
And I love it and I do wear it.
Yeah.
But that's because it was a gift from some awesome friends.
Right.
But I wouldn't buy online like a Hatbox Ghost shirt right now.
Right. Like my Disney Cruise Line little dress and your shirt. We have not worn
They've been in the closet for 6 months or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We're not wearing them until we get on the Disney cruise. Moana, Journey of Water walkthrough will open in late 2023. Again, so vague. And this is not
late
a new announcement.
2023. This could be like December 1st.
No idea. Now, we did get a model look. There's going to be a 16-foot tall Tafiti.
That's going to be cool.
And from looking at the model and some of the concept art, this looks much bigger than I envisioned at first. I envisioned this at first as a very small kind of little walk-through attraction.
Oh, really?
Maybe not something much bigger than your entrance into Dino Land and passing the dig site on your left and that's it, just say.
Okay.
And this feels like it's going to be pretty big and they really have started to form all the rocks and the foundations are coming along. I think it's going to be super cool. But late 2023. Also, at some time in late 2023, who is coming back for a meet and greet? Not getting a ride makeover.
Figment.
Man, the way that D'Amaro teed these up, right? And first of all, I'm sorry, I need to go back to Disneyland because we did skip over. Starting next week, they are getting a life-size Hulk walk-around character.
That's
in
crazy.
his in-game suit. This is the ectoskeleton that Josh D'Amaro, it's like his baby, has been working on for years.
Mm-hmm.
They are bringing it to life. They're also getting a Mando and Grogu meet and greet in November out in Galaxy's Edge, out in Disneyland. We're not getting it here.
Not yet.
I understand they can do walk-around characters out there. We can't.
Right.
But why not just have a standard meet and greet then?
I don't know.
Form a line. Again, I don't think anybody's going to walk into Galaxy's Edge and be like, there are no lines in the Star Wars universe. No, they just want to meet Grogu and Mando.
Yeah.
Let it happen. So anyway, we are getting Figment, right?
Yeah, and it says coming back. I don't remember.
Oh, this has been years. Dreamfinder and Figment used to meet. I think this was late 80s. I mean, I don't know
I
if
just
it went
heard to
away
say I'd have to
prior
ask
to the 90s
my
or what.
mom
But
if I ever met him.
Yeah. Now, it does not mention Dreamfinder, but no, the way that D'Amaro teed these things up, I remember him coming out and he starts going, there's a beloved character of Epcot. And I'm like, he's talking about Figment. And he's like, in this purple little... I'm like, he's definitely talking about Figment. I'm like, we're finally getting it. He's finally going to announce a makeover, a refurbishment, a redo, a something of Journey into Imagination.
And he's like,
no. And they didn't even have any imagery. They didn't have anything to show, nothing else to say.
Yeah.
What is coming back soundtrack-wise to Magic Kingdom?
Woohoo!
And this was another one. He started to tee it up, and I'm like,
excited.
Oh my God, it's coming back. What are we talking about?
Happily Ever After. And now we're talking about the soundtrack, which, to be honest, that's all I cared about.
Yeah.
To be 1,000% honest. Don't get me wrong. I love the show and but as Jeremy will joke and say, you could have Bob
Chapek come out on stage with sparklers set to the tune of Happily Ever
and
After.
I would be
and I'm going to bawl my eyes out, plain and simple. That's
Yeah.
just how great the
I
soundtrack
agree.
is.
So I think what our understanding is they are going to have the soundtrack back and have like a new show and whatnot. So we'll see. And I'm sure it will be absolutely just incredible.
So
amazing.
they started the panel and I'm streaming it and out comes Jordan Fisher and they perform Happily Ever After. And I'm just like, that's some really good fan service. Good for them. You know, and then Diamera steps on stage and first like sentence out of his mouth, I was like, they're bringing Happily Ever After back. Do you think this was the plan all along?
No.
I don't either. I think they were dead set on Enchantment being the show moving forward past the 50th. And they actually listened. They listened to what people were saying.
Because it's not awful.
No, but it's no Happily Ever After.
I mean, anytime I hear Happily Ever After, that just is just, I don't know, it gets me every time.
What was the biggest surprise, do you think, as far as shows go?
I was shocked when I heard that they will actually be replacing Harmonious with a new World Showcase Lagoon Nighttime Spectacular in 2023.
I wonder
Celebrating
if we lose the barges.
Disney's 100th anniversary as a company.
This is shocking to me because of the fact that
I've started to really like it.
I know. And so most people have. For all the hate that Enchantment gets, and as you said, Enchantment gets hate because it's not Happily Ever After. Enchantment doesn't get hate because it's not a good spectacular.
Correct.
It's just not Happily Ever After.
Right.
People are really coming around to Harmonious, and it's really
so many
good.
People.
And I'm just shocked by this. I mean, they put a lot into this, and but at the same time, maybe this was their plan all along. Let's have limited engagements for 18 months to celebrate the 50th and then pull them and do something completely new.
Yeah.
So
I'd love to be a
super
fly
surprising
on the wall with all this.
Yeah. Let's talk about some things that we didn't get. Spaceship Earth refurbishment. Gone. No mention. No word. I mean, there was a set close month at one point. Prior to COVID, and I totally understand that a lot of these get on the back burner. What I find interesting is that they are, and I can appreciate it, they are deciding to dump some of this park's money into new things,
right? As
opposed to some of these other projects. Mary Poppins is another one.
Yep.
Right? No more mention. We assume that is completely scrapped.
Yep.
Play Pavilion. Now, spotted this week, there was some people rappelling down the side, doing some work on the outside, but we got zero mention of the Play Pavilion and what's happening there. Main Street Theater at Magic Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
Never mentioned again. Sounds like it's fully scrapped. There were, rumors of an Encanto overlay at Tarzan Treehouse out Disneyland area. No mention of that.
Okay.
No word on the Walt Disney World Railroad reopening. We can assume spring 2023 along with Tron.
That's crazy because, I mean, they
were testing some of that.
I know.
No date for Fantasmic at Disney World. Even though they said that they're in rehearsals. Disney put out an official promotional video announcing they are in rehearsals.
Yep.
Give us a date. You know what my guess is? Spring of 2023.
I just started to say everything's in 2023.
All right, let's get into what everybody is probably the reason they wanted us to do this episode for the most part is this Blue Sky segment that included Diamaro, Imagineering's Chris Betty, and Walt Disney Studios' Jennifer Lee.
This is the one I watched because you had to go somewhere.
Yeah.
To take a kid, something.
They take a kid somewhere. I don't know which. I don't even know if it was ours. I had to take Lacey's friend home after a sleepover.
And I remember watching this because you were gone. And I was like, ooh, like excited. But again, it's just like what you said the whole time. Like, unfortunately, they're like, oh, look. At this,
the word possibly
idea.
Yeah, the word possibly was used so much.
Mm-hmm.
What was first presented that do this, like to do it, to tell us you're doing it, and there's concept art, right?
Right. So we're talking obviously about it. Animal Kingdom. They teased for a Zootopia like land. Like where you could go through the rainforest, where you could go through the tundra.
Yeah.
I'm like, how are you going to do that? But that'd be amazing. But again, and then a Moana themed which replaced Dino Land, and like this huge again land.
Yeah, I mean, we're looking at the concept art.
I know, and like
it looks incredible.
it does.
It would be wonderful for that area. Now, we can everybody, you can have your complaints. Even Joe Rohde agrees, and I tend to agree with him. Zootopia does not belong in Animal Kingdom based on what Animal Kingdom represents. It does not promote conservation of animals and planets, really, and things like that. It's humanoid, humanized animals and stuff.
True.
Even Joe Rohde came out on Twitter and was like, no, it doesn't belong in Animal Kingdom.
Wow.
But you telling me you wouldn't take it? Like,
No.
Are you really going to go, I'm not going to Zootopia and Animal Kingdom. It doesn't belong there. And I'm
Right.
standing my ground. No, you're probably going to still go. And you're just going to go and go, I still don't think it belongs here, but I'm here. And it's going to be great. But it was all this. It was basically like, can we do this? Yes, we can. Are we going to?
We
don't really know. When are we going to do it? I wouldn't even venture to guess. Like, then they come out and they go, have you ever wondered what's beyond Big Thunder Mountain Railroad and Magic Kingdom?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I have wondered. What if you went past there and it was a Coco themed land? Like, okay, I would like that very much. And what if from there we did talk about Bruno and you're able to visit the family Madrigal house in an Encanto themed land?
That'd be cool.
I'm like, where do I sign up? And then what if this was anchored on the backside by the always rumored, never said Villains Land?
Ugh.
Here's the artwork. Here's the concept art. Just imagine if this was beyond Big Thunder Mountain. All right, see you guys later. Like, what is happening?
I tell you what, I'd be going to Magic Kingdom a lot more then.
I know. I just thought it was strange. And again, when you go back at the last decade, all the way back to New Fantasyland, I mean, Disney World has given us a lot, a whole lot. I didn't bring up Toy Story Land before.
Oh yeah.
You know, they really have given us a ton.
Yeah.
I just think it was weird. It was this weird flex. And maybe it was all just to engage an audience and see. Like, I mean, they knew, like, hey, we really didn't have a lot to announce today. We're probably going to do this stuff at some point.
Yeah.
Even if it's at 5 years, 10 years out. Let's tease some things. Let's get people excited about things. I think the biggest takeaway from this Blue Sky segment is that a lot of news sites then ran with this as official, that it was happening. It is not officially happening. It's not officially not happening.
Right.
So,
I mean, it's sad because, I mean, just like Mary Poppins was supposed to happen.
But that was an announcement as this is going to happen.
I mean, it was in the thing when you...
I know, in the Odyssey.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, the preview center.
Right.
But that was announced as Cherry Tree Lane is coming to the UK Pavilion. It's not like at that point they said, wouldn't it be neat if we brought Mary Poppins to the United Kingdom Pavilion? It's something we're considering.
Right.
This is all a big,
maybe,
possibly what if.
But maybe they did that because they learned that in 2019,
really great point.
You don't know what the future holds.
Yeah.
You don't know if there's going to be a awful pandemic. You don't know if there's going to be this or that. You don't know what you're going to have to do. So let's not promise and then hurt people.
Yeah.
So this is how we're going to do it now. So that's what I would just take from this and just hope that, yes, this is amazing. Yes, let's hope they do it. And let's hope they start it or can. And so.
And I think you just summed it up perfectly with the point to end all points as far as this goes is back in the back offices in Imagineering. They could have models of these. They could have plans. They could 100% say, guys, we're doing this. But you're right. As soon as they announce it, look at the backlash they get because no Spaceship Earth, no Play Pavilion, no Mary Poppins, so to tease it and say, we're thinking of doing it, they're not promising. And then if the stuff does hit the fan like it did in 2020, they don't have to backtrack. They can just say, guys, we're so sorry. This is a concept that we thought about.
Right.
We never promised it.
Right. Absolutely.
I think this stuff will come.
Because no matter what they do, they always get the backlash, Universal, they can do something that, it just kind of stays quiet. But Disney does one little thing.
I know.
And it blows up crazy.
But here's the thing, too. Look at Epic Universe. What do we know about Epic Universe that Universal has actually announced?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Right.
Basically nothing. It's all, I'll say air quotes, speculation, because the speculation is coming from brilliant minds that know their stuff, and they know what it looks like when they bring in roller coaster tracks for a Donkey Kong and Nintendo. Like, they know what the stuff looks like.
Right.
But Universal said nothing, and for that same reason. What
100%.
happens if the stuff hits the fan and they can't
100%.
bring you this ride that they officially announced? They're going to wait until they know they can do it.
Right.
And I could see Disney waiting until like permits have been done. They've actually broken ground. There's going to be a point where on the other side of Big Thunder Mountain, you're going to go, why is there a bulldozer back there? Why is there a crane?
Yeah.
And then eventually they're going to go, surprise, we're doing it.
Right.
So anyway, that's kind of our thoughts as random and all over the place as they are. I felt as though it was a very underwhelming parks panel. I think most people did, but I think we just brought to light a lot of the reasons it was.
Yep.
So get excited for the things that are coming. Get excited for the possibilities.
Yes.
Even without those, we still have so much that we've gotten in the past decade. We have a lot more we're still going to get here in the future.
And I just heard to say, you hit that nail on the head too. Disney has given us a lot over their entire parks and everything.
Yeah.
And they will continue. That is what keeps our air quote
job alive. Yeah.
And that is what people like ask me, especially doing their hair and like, oh, you do a Disney podcaster. And I'm like, yes, Disney is always changing. Yeah. And literally, if they weren't, we wouldn't be able to do this. Yeah. So with all that being said, yes, let us be excited for the future, that it will change.
Yes.
And things will come and things will be new.
Yeah.
It might take a little bit, but in the meantime, they're going to give us a little something here, a little something there until big things come. Yeah.
And I'm excited for all of us. I think us between here and Universal, again, in the past decade, have been super duper spoiled. I wish I had brought it up for this. There was somebody out on Twitter that basically did a timeline over the last decade saying, here's what Disney gave you year by year. Here's what Universal gave you year by year. And I just quote tweeted, and it was like, we are really, really spoiled. Mm-hmm. So I think all of this is really cool. It's super exciting. The movies, everything coming out. 2023 is going to be an exciting year. And we'll get the official Tron announcement at some point, and hopefully it is announced after February 3rd, so we can get a park reservation and be there day of.
Absolutely.
Because we love doing that. And I'm sure they'll do AP previews and DVC previews, and those have run very, very well for both Remy's Ratatouille and Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. So, guys, got to give a quick plug and shout out for WonderlandCrew.com. That is our Patreon group. You can, coming up in the next 3 weeks, man. We have our cruise, our first ever Disney cruise on the Wish. Yes. We're going to be actually packing for that today.
Yes.
1 week from now, we should be getting close to arriving to Port Canaveral. Super excited for that. We're going to live stream a ton in there. The following week, we have DizCon. Again, go ahead and either send me an email, magic@mainstmagic.com. Check our social media channels. You can get half-price tickets also to the after-hours party at Epcot, which is going to have a lot of meet and greets. It's going to give you ride access to Cosmic Rewind, Test Track, and Mission Space. Also has a dessert party going on. It is going to be super fun. We're going to be doing it. Also, that Friday evening after DizCon, we are doing Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party again. Then the following weekend, we head back down to Disney. We're staying at the Fairfield Inn and Suites at Flamingo Crossing, seeing our good friends Kat and Michael, as well as I hope we're going to get to run into Stephanie and Taylor. Mm-hmm. That's going to be super exciting. Also, go ahead and check out mainstreet16.com. All about our February charity event to benefit Give Kids the World. Tickets for Friday's trivia contest and live podcast panel are on sale now. That will be at Stargazers Lounge. 3-hour event includes hors d'oeuvres, cash bar. There are VIP tickets available as well with some additional perks. Going to be super duper fun. Subscribe. Get brand new episodes every Tuesday and Friday. And of course, I'm going to ask you, could you please leave us a rating and review?
Because it'll help our show grow.
That's all we've got. We'll see you real soon.
Jeremy and Rhonda are more than a little fond of Disney World, so they made this podcast to share it all with you. Reports and resorts, top 10 lists of all sorts, Main Street Magic's bringing it home for you.